Did you know the 2026 Hyundai Palisade is stepping into the luxury SUV arena with a hybrid twist, and it might just shake up every family SUV ranking in America? This isn't the same Palisade you've seen parked at your neighbor's driveway. It's bigger, smarter, and dressed in its most refined calligraphy trim yet. From high-end tech normally found in imports that cost twice as much, to fuel-saving features that might surprise you, Hyundai is swinging big. But the question is, does this Palisade truly deliver luxury and practicality in one package, or is it just dressed up for show? Stick around, you'll want to see how this story unfolds. The Hyundai Palisade has always been the brand's flagship SUV, a three-row family hauler that balances comfort, practicality, and style. Since its debut in 2018, it's become a favorite for American families who want SUV space without the sky-high price tag of European rivals. Now, for 2026, Hyundai is taking that formula and cranking it up a notch with the refreshed Palisade, most notably in the top-shelf calligraphy HEV trim. That HEV badge? It stands for hybrid, and it signals a major shift in how Hyundai wants to position this SUV, not just as a family-friendly ride, but as a true contender in the premium, efficiency-focused luxury segment. On the outside, it's bolder and more refined, designed to turn heads in traffic as much as it dominates in cargo runs. Inside, Hyundai is promising a level of craftsmanship, tech, and comfort that nudges at Lexus and Acura territory, all while holding on to the family-first practicality that made the Palisade so successful in the first place. This release matters because the SUV market in the US is fiercely competitive. Shoppers want everything at once: space, efficiency, advanced safety, and luxury touches, without mortgage-sized monthly payments. Hyundai is clearly aiming to hit that sweet spot. But the big question is, can this 2026 Palisade actually deliver a package that outshines established luxury SUVs while still making financial sense for families? That's what we're about to find out, because from the design cues to the new hybrid drivetrain, there's a lot packed into this model. Let's break it down piece by piece and see if Hyundai's biggest SUV lives up to the buzz. Let's take a closer look at what the 2026 Hyundai Palisade brings to the table, starting with its design. Hyundai didn't play it safe here. The front fascia is bold, with a larger grille framed by sharper, jewel-like LED headlights. It almost looks more like a luxury import than a mainstream SUV. Walk around to the side and you'll notice the elongated profile that gives it presence but avoids feeling boxy. And at the rear, the wraparound taillights and subtle hybrid badging let you know this isn't just another Palisade. It's Hyundai flexing its muscles in design and efficiency. Step inside, and things get even more interesting. This calligraphy HEV trim greets you with quilted Nappa leather seats, ambient lighting that matches upscale German rivals, and a panoramic curved display that seamlessly blends your digital gauge cluster with the infotainment screen. Hyundai has clearly leaned into minimalism and tech fusion here. You'll find fewer physical buttons, but smarter touch controls, wireless phone charging built into the console, and enough USB-C ports to keep an entire road trip crew powered up. Options like a premium Harman Kardon sound system and ventilated second-row captain seats push the cabin experience closer to what you'd expect from a near-luxury SUV. Now let's talk about functionality, the part families really care about. Third-row space has always been a Palisade selling point, and for 2026, it remains surprisingly adult-friendly. Cargo versatility is strong as well, with power-folding rear seats and generous underfloor storage. Hyundai understands that a luxury SUV isn't just about pretty leather. It's about making daily life easier, whether you're picking up groceries or loading sports gear. Of course, the headline feature here is the hybrid powertrain. The Palisade now combines a gasoline engine with an electric motor to deliver smoother acceleration, better fuel economy, and fewer stops at the pump. Exact numbers will depend on testing and trims, but Hyundai has hinted at a noticeable improvement over the standard V6. This could mean you get the big SUV size without that constant pain at the gas station, a real selling point in today's market. Safety and tech play a big role too. Hyundai's SmartSense suite remains comprehensive, but now you'll find upgrades like advanced lane centering, adaptive cruise that feels more natural in stop-and-go traffic, and even a highway driving assistant that takes some of the stress off long commutes. There's also a 360-degree camera system with higher resolution than before, making parking this large SUV far less intimidating. Performance-wise, don't expect sports car thrills, but that's not what the Palisade is aiming for. What it does deliver is a calm, composed ride. Road noise is impressively hushed. The suspension soaks up bumps with confidence, and steering has been tweaked to feel more direct without losing that easy, family-friendly character. So on paper, and from first impressions, it looks like Hyundai has given its flagship SUV a compelling mix of luxury, space, and efficiency. But here's the big question. Does all that refinement come without compromise? Are there hidden trade-offs when you dig deeper into things like pricing, towing capacity, or long-haul performance? We'll tackle exactly that in the next section, where I'll break down the highlights that truly shine and the drawbacks that might make some buyers think twice. And here's where things get really interesting. The moment we put all the numbers and features aside and actually see how the 2026 Hyundai Palisade Hybrid feels out on the road. Right away, that hybrid system makes itself known. Instead of the typical V6 groan when you accelerate from a stop, you get a quick, almost silent push from the electric motor. It eases this big SUV forward with surprising smoothness, almost like you're driving something far more upscale. Once the gasoline engine kicks in, the transition is seamless. No jerks, no hesitation. Just a steady flow of power that makes merging on a highways far less stressful than you'd expect from a family hauler of this size. The real surprise, though, isn't just in how it moves, it's in how it feels. On a rough stretch of road, the suspension absorbs bumps with a luxury car level of calm. At higher speeds, the cabin stays impressively quiet, thanks to extra sound insulation and improved aerodynamics. You'd need to step into some much pricier German SUVs before noticing a meaningful difference in refinement. But let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't a perfect package. Under heavy acceleration, the hybrid system can still sound a little strained, reminding you that this isn't built for thrills, but for efficiency and comfort. And while fuel economy marks a huge improvement over the gas-only model, towing capacity takes a bit of a hit compared to the traditional V6, which could matter for those planning to haul boats or trailers. Still, when you stack everything together, the turning point becomes clear. This isn't just a better Palisade. It's a Palisade that legitimately enters the conversation with premium SUVs, offering a driving experience that could make families feel like they've leveled up without overspending. So here's the big question. Does that balance of luxury, practicality, and efficiency make it the smartest buy in its class? Or do the compromises tip the scales back toward competitors? That's exactly what will settle in the final verdict. So after spending time with the 2026 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy HEV, here's the bottom line. Hyundai has successfully pushed its flagship SUV into a new league without abandoning the qualities that made it so popular in the first place. On the plus side, you're getting premium design inside and out, a hybrid setup that adds serious efficiency, a whisper-quiet ride, and tech that makes daily driving easier and safer. Third-row comfort and versatile cargo space remain strong selling points. And for many families, this combination of luxury touches and functionality will feel like a sweet spot that's hard to beat. Of course, there are trade-offs. If towing capacity is high on your checklist, or you're someone who loves the feel of a classic V6 under the hood, the hybrid system may leave you a little underwhelmed. And while this Palisade brings elevated luxury, it doesn't fully match the prestige badge appeal of higher-end imports. But here's the kicker. You're getting 80 to 90% of that luxury SUV feel at a far more accessible price, which is exactly the kind of value that resonates in today's American market. So who's this SUV really for? It's ideal for families who want space, comfort, and upscale features without crossing into the financial stratosphere. It's for buyers who care about efficiency but don't want to sacrifice everyday practicality. And it's for drivers who want to feel like they're moving up a class without actually leaving the mainstream segment. Looking at the bigger picture, the 2026 Palisade HEV shows just how serious Hyundai is about taking share from established luxury players. And if this trend continues, we may start redefining what luxury SUV means in the US. So what do you think? Does the Palisade hit the perfect balance of luxury and value? Or would you still stick with a traditional brand name SUV? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive reviews, and join the conversation. We've got plenty more on the way.